you give yourself a built-in reason not to achieve things. And that's not just Corona, that's with everything, doggone it. Like literally that can bleed over into you. Talked about muscle memory earlier, Mo, where your body knew how to, well, guess what? The opposite is also true. Your body understands how to make excuses. Your body understands how to quit. Your mind understands how to not accomplish goals. What you think happens every time you start a book and don't finish it?
This episode is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, Green Juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
I got Crazy Faith, Dr. King, J. King. Boy
Let's
got
go,
more
Crazy
shirts
Faith.
than Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they getting tight right now.
I see. Bro, you know they make them in the medium and a large too. You ain't got to get the small, dog. You know what I'm saying? We also got Dr. Douglas Thomas in the building. What's happening?
What up?
Back on the
missing
treadie.
the studio, bro.
And we
you
have-
know,
I know.
missing the studio on this one.
Oh, definitely
the
missing the
first
studio.
two, I was good. I was
Hey.
good on the first two, but this third one,
we'll
I'm
be
like,
back.
man.
We'll be back. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We'll be back, but this temporary. I also have another studio guest.
In studio.
Yeah, who's ready. You know, he's a regular on the cast now since he don't have school in the traditional sense, so he's home.
Spring break is official.
And spring break, summer break, fall break, winter break.
All the breaks.
Hey, I said
All
when
the
these
breaks.
when these jokers go back to school, I don't want to hear nothing about y'all weekends off. I want you
No
in
breaks.
school through the weekends, holidays. I want you in school on Christmas Day. You come home by 3:00, we'll open presents. You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
read a meme yesterday that said, I'm dropping your ace off tomorrow morning. I don't care who at the school.
Hey,
I'm dropping your ace off.
the funniest though, why Chris put up a post and said, at this point, I'm gonna need child support from my kids' teachers.
No question. No
He said they're gonna
question.
have to start paying me child support.
No question.
All right, let's go. Without further ado, Carlos Quinny the third.
Hey. Let's go, Neff.
Get in. You gotta stay in the camera. Come on.
Hi guys, welcome to Trey's Comedy Corner.
What's up?
Welcome. Hey, what's up, man?
Why didn't the duck get on the boat?
Because he was wet. He didn't want to get the boat wet. Why?
Because it had a little quack in it.
Look, quack. Shucky, ducky, quack, quack. Good one, Trey.
Hey, close the
Get
door.
one, Trey. Good
Hey,
one,
we
Trey.
rolling. We rolling. Yeah. Let me tell you something. He be so geeked up about them. He go tell
question.
everybody in the house. He
At
Hey,
least
do
he got a
he
nice
watch
one.
it? Do he watch it when they come on?
Oh, are you kidding me? He like, Dad, what time the podcast come out? You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there all day watching it. All right, let me get back right. All right.
What's up?
Oh, man. Oh, how y'all feeling, man? Quarantine date 487. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me.
Ma, I'm sore. I doubled up the workouts this weekend. Like the time that I was putting in last week was probably like 30 minutes and then cardio. I doubled up on time right now and then still outside playing with the kids, Ma. So I'm hurting. I'm burning, but good burn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go for
Yeah,
it.
I'm just going in, bro. I'm telling you, for all y'all out there that have never really grasped or listened to Eric Thomas, The Resolution. It's got second. I'm telling you, it's got second wind. If you go back and listen to that, you go back and listen to the whole album, The Resolution. I'm sitting here telling you, it's got a different meaning in this day and age, in this climate, just what's going on. So even when I'm on that treadmill and he talking about some, 5 to 6 miles a day, 5 to 6 miles a day. I'm like, ooh, dog, like, let's go, dog. So it's just a different beast right now, man. Just, I got that dog. Just everything about it right now is hitting different right now. So the new one is tight, but if you're just looking for that workout feel, man, put on that Resolution and watch your workout go to a different level.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, dog, because when I did, the production for that and got everybody to do it, I knew people were going to be like upset at first. You know what I'm saying? Because like the way in which we delivered the first albums was so different. You know what I'm saying? Like you have full messages start to finish, and that just had a completely different hookup. And I think as time goes on, the crazy thing about that album is, like you talking about it now, I think in terms of replay value and just like drilling it in your head over and over, that one may actually take the cake just in terms of how people end up feeling, years from now and how they use it, like in fitness wise. Like, man, that should be played, and it is played in a lot of the, Zumba class and, the what you call it, bike class. I ain't never did it, but spin soul cycles.
Cycle.
Yeah, there you go. All of that, man.
I don't know what track it is, but there's a track on there where E says something about when's the last time you ever gave like your all.
Yeah.
And I remember, Maul, I ran my first adult 10-minute mile because I was listening to that track. I was on the treadmill just jogging, doing my thing. And he came on like, yo, when's the last time it was like sweat, blood? And you give it to, I was like, dang, like,
Yeah.
I went in, so no, that's real.
Hey, with that being said, keep streaming the new album. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Keep streaming the new album. Hopefully y'all getting a lot out of that. It's just been incredible reception. And again, I know it's an incredible reception when I ask people, what's your favorite track? And everybody got a different track. So it let me know that, the album is hitting, man, and y'all really enjoying it. So that is good. Things are good over this way. Again, just trying to get adjusted to a new normal. I think I've gotten adjusted with my workout routine. I feel good. I'm going crazy with it. I'm hitting 2-a-days. Like I'll do something in the morning like I usually would. And then again, you just got an overload of time that Trey will be like, Dad, can I work out with you? And he'll come up in the room. We'll start working out again. I got my bands, pretty much got everything I need, man. No excuses. So that part of it's been good. Trying to keep that diet in check, which has been, pretty easy. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But no, it's been good. I'm actually, I'm getting in the shower regularly. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Candace, I should go here. Can't fair or foul. Even though I was getting in the shower, which I know, E, you can speak on that because Didi called me and said, hey, somebody need to motivate your boy to get in the shower and brush his teeth. You know what I'm saying? So I was getting in the shower,
Sunday,
but
it was a Sunday, Ma.
Day of rest.
Hey, the Sunday do not discriminate against that shower. So anyway.
Day of rest, bro.
Anyway, so Candace, the other day I was resistant to it, but she ended up doing it, man, and it felt kind of good. So Candace made us all get dressed for Sunday dinner. And so like everybody had like they not best, but had to put like collar shirt on, pants, you know what I mean? The whole nine, the kids, everybody. And Pops made a big roast dinner. And we sat at the table, man. I guess she was trying to get us prepped up for Easter. You know what I mean? Because I know she's going to make us dress up again. But you know what? It actually felt kind of good. Even though I was, saying that was foul for you to make us get dressed up. We ain't going nowhere. It's just us. But she made us get all dressed up. She put her, hair together, makeup. Everybody was at the table looking good, feeling good. And it actually turned out pretty nice, man. So things are good over here. Well, school is still, school. I'm still playing the principal role. You know what I mean? So no complaints thus far. E, besides not getting in the shower much, And as much as you've been on the treadmill, you might need 2 showers a day.
I know, right?
Catch us up. I know you about whooped your daughter yesterday for trying to go get egg rolls, but other than that, what else happened?
No, for real. See, one of the things, when you spend this kind of time together, it really magnifies, people's strengths and their weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And I really realized, and I knew it before, but my daughter and my wife, bro, they workhorses. You know what I'm saying? Like, they workhorses, bro. And you got Dee Dee in the stall right now. She about to die. Jada, a younger version. And, bro, they want to get out. And I'm trying to explain to Dee Dee, I'm like, look, I don't really know. I can't tell you a lot. I just know what's being said on TV is they showing like a germ and how, you go to the store, you grabbing stuff, you don't know if somebody touched. You go to the gas station, like you don't know how it's getting spread.
Right.
But what we do know is if you're not touching people and what people touch, the probability of you getting it, it decreases
down,
greatly.
yeah.
You feel me? And I'm just being real, bro. Like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, it was like, oh, okay, we got it, whatever. But then as you start getting deep into the, the weeks, I start hearing names that I know. People who I grew up with, people, who prayed for me and looked after me. I'm starting to hear that. And then Detroit right now, man, between Detroit and Chicago, it's really getting out of control, especially in the African-American community. So it's names, people I know. I'm not 6 degrees of separation. I'm 1 degree of separation. And I'm getting a phone call like, they got it, they're in ICU, they gone. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, we can't play with this, Jada. Stay in the house. Dee Dee, I know you guys. So Dee Dee's so bad, see, I had to look out for her. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, if you want to do the work, it's got to be in-house. She done tore the chest of drawers down, the bed down. She about to paint one of the rooms that she been wanting to paint for a while. She got rid of the bed set. Somebody's supposed to be scooping it. I'm like, I'm going to put it, Ma. I'm going to put the stuff at the mailbox. Y'all come get it whenever y'all. But we're not going to be touching each other. I'm going to put it outside. Y'all scoop that joker, take it with you.
Yeah.
She ordered a bed. I'm like, if you order a bed, they putting that joker in the garage. We spraying it down. Ain't nobody touching it for a month. You feel me?
Right.
So it's just been, I thought that I would be the one with the challenge as an extrovert, but through stuff like this, just different things that I'm doing, I'm getting that human interaction. Dee Dee and Jada not getting that work interaction.
Yeah.
And so, last thing I let Jada do, I almost killed her, but she went on campus and got all of her stuff moved. And, she was just like, Dad, they said if you come out early, they'll give you $1,000. I'm like, $1,000? You about to have your mom catch the corona and die for $1,000? But they snuck on me, see? They didn't tell me, see? They snuck out on me. Yeah. But Jada brought all her stuff in, and literally she used that whole week to get her stuff out the truck and as a way to get up every day and have something to do. So if Dee Dee sweep the kitchen floor one more time, all the flow gonna be up off that joker.
She taking the paint up now, huh?
I'm just saying they workhorses and they ain't got no Kentucky Derby. They struggling right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Lord, please.
Yeah. Any new traditions? Any new anything else y'all implemented in the last couple of days?
Yes. So we implemented solitary, which is something I ain't never played a day in my life. So we're doing a solitary, boy. And I'm like, it's 2 of us playing solitary. Only one's supposed to be playing. But I just be sitting on the sideline helping out. We do a 8:30 movie night. So 8:30, we do the movies. Jada cooks a dish at night that's like if everybody did what they supposed to do, she make like a little cheap boy. So she did an avocado egg roll yesterday. And so we had somebody go out and, you know what I'm saying, Ma? I had somebody, a concierge, a Corona concierge.
Oh, no, that's 1%.
Hey,
man, foul. Hey.
Now, Ma, they young, strong, and live on their own. So they like, look, they out all day, every day, Ma. So I'm like, all right, you already out. If you want to make a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying? I got you. You feel me? So,
Hey, I'm laughing, man, but I shouldn't be laughing because I had Uncle Milton go grocery shopping. And I know
she got people grocery shopping at the store for him too.
Hey, Uncle Milton, he smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes a day.
So what you saying? He living on the edge already anyway. Hey, but listen, for those people who already had Corona and beat it, that ain't a bad little service to start because you can just go live your best life now.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
No question.
You at the grocery store, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But man, no, I got you, man. So what about y'all? Anybody else do anything different?
Hey, the kids just got creative and they brought the tent. We had a tent downstairs and them jokers brought the tent up and just started camping out for a couple nights. Yeah.
Okay.
So just to switch it up.
Yeah, no, man. I've been taking this time. I got PE in the afternoon. I've been taking this time to teach Avery like how to really swim. And let me tell y'all something. I think I sent y'all the video, right? She jumping in the deep end now on her own and straight getting to the side, everything. So we trying to be productive with her. Trey been working out with me every day. Me and my wife, we still trying to find that like solo time because, you know, I'm working during the day. She got the kiddos. Then we got the, you know, of course, mom and pops here. So we're trying to make sure. I'm gonna try to set up like a date night in the basement or something. You know what I'm saying? Get like a little
like Maul.
Yeah.
Like
Maul inspired me. Yeah, Maul inspired me.
Maul had the Corona.
Maul was in the
Maul got a
dome.
Corona castle. He got a Corona castle,
he
boy.
did.
He got
No, he literally does.
Corona proof.
Yeah. He got a whole...
Show that pic.
Okay.
Show that pic,
hold on.
Maul.
Let me send it to. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me send it to Carl. Hey, send that pic. You got it on hand, Maul? Send it to Carl real quick. Yeah. So
send him that, Maul. Let him see the Corona proof date night.
Yeah, date night all day.
They had date night on the roof. Y'all had some decent weather yesterday, huh?
Yeah, man. It was all hit about 70 degrees.
But ours didn't look like yours. Y'all had sun all day.
Yeah, facts. We had sun, but even still, you know, we went into the igloo. You know, had the white tablecloth set up inside of there. You know, and when you saw the picture, it was daytime.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
But you know, at nighttime, it just lights up.
Oh, you should have sent me the nighttime, boy. You played me.
Oh yeah,
I got one though.
Yeah, no,
because I put yours up on the big screen, and me and Didi imagined that we was doing it.
Exactly.
You can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, that's how you know Maul balling when you just take his photos and live vicariously.
Yeah, no question, no question.
What we doing? We going to the gym this morning? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I get on my little treadmill and pretend like I'm in Maul's basement. You feel me? I just drop my little treadmill in his Planet Fitness hookup,
right?
And make it work. Yeah.
Exactly. So let me ask y'all this: Is it too early to go there and just start to be hard on people, or are we still, because of the Corona, are we still being sensitive? I just need to know. I'm still being sensitive regardless. But I'm just saying, are we allowed to? No.
I think if you don't have the coronavirus,
I got something I got to get out, but I'm not sure if I mean I don't got to. Oh, I do. Look, insurance bucket. Okay. Feel free to donate.
But that's the whole world now.
That's
a lot of insurance. You're doing the whole world now.
Listen, I'm about to fill this joint up today. So check this out. Okay, let me tread lightly. But I had a homie hit me up, right? And he was like, man, see, he said, man, the Corona hit, and man, I'm noticing that I'm chunky. I'm getting chunky. I'm gaining weight.
Getting?
Okay.
I'm just asking, getting chunky or getting more chunky?
Let me say, come on, man. Don't egg me on. And so I had told him, I said, bruh, in the last year and a half, you've actually looked like you put on about 40. Right. So for you to put on 10 since the Corona started,
yeah,
you right on
pace.
It's not
fair. It's not fair to the Corona though. It's not fair to the Corona though. It's not fair to the Corona. Not fair to the Corona.
The Corona getting the bad rap all over the world.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not a good look on the Corona.
On the Corona.
Yeah.
It's your 10 pounds.
But you gotta blame something, bro. You
but
can't
listen,
blame yourself.
No. Listen.
But Corona no more, that's going too far.
Blame it on the rain.
Anything. Hey, here we go. See, real
So,
quick.
there it is. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
Now see, now check it out. He right here to the right. That's where the little zipper. That's the zipper boy. So you know that way it keeps the clean air inside. You know, so it's kind of like the hospital things. And so you go right in, and just in case you get a little chilly, we got the little propane heater in there for you.
Wow.
But yeah, we get the white tablecloth thing, and set up the little food and the candlelight. Had a little music going on in there, man. So you gotta make it work, bro.
Ma, here's the deal though. Didi asked me. Only Didi would catch this as a high C. But she noticed there was more than 2 chairs.
I just saw it. I was gonna say something. I just saw the 3 chairs.
Didi said,
What's up,
Didi
Mom?
said, she was asking me what was that the servant's chair? Whose chair?
That's called kids' chairs. So
okay.
if the kids want to come in there and if they want to just hang out, if we allow them. But I think they was inside there. Yeah, they was somewhere else in the house. But yeah, man.
Cool.
So it's just a good little getaway, bro. Just
beautiful.
Got a barbecue, we got a gas grill out there. So cooked food and then brought it right out there to the table.
And where is this? I want people to know where you are, Ma.
Yeah.
I'm on a rooftop deck of my house. So
beautiful. In what city? In what city?
Chicago.
Beautiful. I just want to make sure people understand, because a lot of people are saying, if you live in a certain city, that you automatically have a certain experience, Ma. And I just want to make sure we clear that up, that while there are some, familiar things and some challenges, that do exist in cities, just because you live in Chicago, Detroit, it does not mean you have to experience things like the masses are experiencing it. And I think that's important. And so to C's point, bro, super sensitive, Ma. There are people who are dying, but again, Ma, we don't have clear-cut, evidence on everything. But one of the things we do know, Ma, is that it does not help or is not beneficial if you have pre-health conditions. You feel me? So again, we've been very sensitive because people are dying. But I'm saying, I noticed that, what's my man? Chris Kuzma, I think it might be. What's my man name on CNN?
Cuomo.
He's one of the anchors.
Cuomo.
Chris Cuomo. I noticed, Ma, that he got it. He at home in his basement, and he's still
Filming the
working,
show.
still anchoring. You feel me? And so I'm saying that, and we don't know how it's hitting people, whatever, but we do know that there are some people who have conditions. We may be overweight. We may be diabetes. Like, it's just some different things that we have that don't help, Ma. And so when we've been screaming this 1%, the thing I love about having you and Tiffany and the squad with me is that we have not been overemphasizing money as the 1%. You've been telling them you get up in the morning, faith, you spend your time with God, fitness. So you haven't even put finances first, right? You ain't even put finances first as the 1%er. You never put that first. And so I'm just saying, to see his point, we got to be careful in these times, Ma, because yes, the coronavirus is real, but when the coronavirus meets us, or if it hits us, who we are and how we are plays a major part in the way that this disease is going to affect us, if that makes sense. And so I'm just looking at the crib with the same thing. You live in Chicago, you don't live, Ma, in the suburbs. You live in Chicago, but yet on the rooftop, you got a night life with your wife with the corona-proof vest, dome boy. And so can you just speak to that real quick, Ma, because I know you in Chicago, police officer, and man, we're praying for our cops who have to be on the front line, our nurses, our physicians, everybody's got to be on the front line. But Ma, can you just speak to, the severity of how two people can live in the same exact environment but have a totally different experience?
Yeah, man. Well, I think the whole thing is mental, right? So even though you still live in the same environment, what's your mindset while you're in that environment? You know, just because your mindset says one thing doesn't mean, or just because your environment or the city you live in says one thing, society, doesn't mean that has to be your reality with it.
Yeah.
It's crazy that, when you go back to the 5 pillars that you were just talking about, with the finance, finances wasn't exactly about getting money, right? Yeah. Finances was more so about setting up your family where things happen in the world, where you're able to have the means. So you never have to depend on anything. Just right now, jobs are letting people off, not because they want to, but because they have to. Right. So just because they're doing what they have to do shouldn't mean that it has to affect your family, where your whole family structure just crumbles now. Yeah. And so, that's why, your health wise, that's why I was so big on the whole health pillar, not because I just want to look good, but because if anything happens, I one time, I went to the doctor and I had to, my ACL, I tore both of my ACLs. And so I know she gonna laugh, but so I tore both of them. That's a whole other podcast.
After the next.
That's a whole other podcast.
This joker tried to stay in the game and then overcompensated and tore both.
So I tore both of my ACLs, and the doctor was just like, he was saying to me, man, actually you didn't just tear your ACLs, you tore the meniscus, you tore your LCL. And he was just like, it's amazing that you're able to still walk. He said, I've seen a person tear one of those ligaments and they shut down. He said, but you tore both of yours on both knees and you still getting around. He said, matter of fact, we're going to do surgery on one, but we're not even going to do surgery on the other one. And he said the reason why is because you've trained your body so much, right? Over the years, you've been exercising and working out so much that your body kind of healed itself. Your body has muscle memory, and so does your bank account. It has a memory also. And so when you train these things, when you get these things to a certain level, no matter what trial, what ailment might come about, which they're going to happen, it happens in life. But it does, you don't feel the brunt of it. You don't feel the thrust of it like you normally would have felt if you would have worked out. And so the doctor said, you're in such great shape that your body kind of just automatically came back on its own. Financially, you do things when times are great so that you can build yourself up. So when this happens in life, when society crashes, when things come about, now you don't feel the blunt as much because you worked out so hard in your financial life, even with your family life. We don't have to get ready right now. Every day I made it a point to pour into my family, like I said years ago on the podcast. And because of that, it's nothing different with me sitting down with each one of my children right now, spending time with them. It's nothing weird with me and my wife going into the igloo, spending some time together, because this is what we've already been doing. So every single thing, even now to go to the last pillar, the faith, which is the first pillar, it's nothing weird right now getting on my knees praying to God, saying, God, please, God, we thank you in the midst of this storm. I don't have to, it's nothing new. It's nothing new for me to sit down and have a little time with my faith. I don't have to build my faith up right now. I've been here crazy faith. My faith's been crazy. You're supposed to build your faith in times of lightness, right? You're supposed to build your bank account in times of lightness. You're supposed to be working out and building your body up in times of lightness so that when times of darkness come, you're already in shape. So that when times of darkness come, your financial life is set. You already got a real nice nest egg. I heard people talking about, say, 3 to 3 months of savings, emergency fund. When you do stuff the right way, in the times of lightness, you don't even have to have an emergency fund because your whole life becomes an emergency fund. I don't have to diet because my whole life is a diet. I work out every single day, so therefore I don't have to diet. I don't have to, so it's things that you don't have to do when you're doing them already.
I want to see, can you see, as a accountability partner, can you send Carl that video or at least one of the pictures of the meal? We talked about preparing meals, Maul, and taking it to another level. And I just want to show you, Maul, I want to show them a visual of mindset. Because a lot of times, Maul, people hear that. And here's what I love about what you just said, Maul. People don't understand that really the easiest adjustment or transition to make, Maul, is really the mindset. Because the mindset doesn't require anybody else to help you. Like, you don't need the bank to get involved. You don't need your employer or employees to get involved. You don't need to get your wife involved. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't need to do any of that. You feel me? You don't need to do none of that. You feel me? Perfect timing, see? Perfect. So I want to show them something on mindset real quick, Ma. Mindset.
Oh, there
Can
we
you
go.
blow
There
that
we
up? Can we blow that up? Now, see, can you show them the one, maybe, did I see the one with them in the oven?
Let me see.
Or the video?
Let
I think I might have sent you a video.
So
unfortunately, iPhone won't let me search it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got it. What was you saying, Carl?
No, I was saying while C is looking, I am curious, E, what it is about, because here's what.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I got it. On the stove, you mean?
You got it, C?
Yep, but I want you to see the one on the counter with all of them sitting there. I'll send it to Carl. I'll send it now. Keep going, Carl. What was you saying, Carl?
So I'm trying to figure out what is it about. So the question is, what is it about human nature? All right, Maul, C, whoever.
Yep.
What is it about human nature, though, that it's almost like, Maul, we can't do it until we in this circumstance. Like the average person, for whatever reason, watch this. These are the things that, it's not an education thing. These are the things that we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know these things. Like, it's not an education thing. But somehow now, all of a sudden, it becomes important. I'll share real quick where I'm going. I went to get some groceries the other day, and I'm walking across, see, Meijer. The food section, everybody's in the food section. Everybody's trying to get food and stock up. Watch this. While I move across over into the clothes, ain't nobody over there. I move across to the jewelry, ain't nobody over there. I move across, I'm going to get some potting soil, so we about to start planting some stuff. So I'm going to the back of the store.
Yep.
Bro, there's nobody anywhere else in the store but in the food section. How 2 months ago the clothes was so important, the jewelry was so important, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
All the stuff, the barbecue stuff was so important, and all of a sudden now, because of something that happened, we all locked in now. Like why is that?
But I think that's how most of us, that's how most of us operate, right? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like, even for myself, like, I like one of the things that I gotta like work on is like, bro, I'll pray, you know what I'm saying? I'll wake up in the morning, God, whatever. But let me tell you something. When Avery had the quarter in her mouth, bro, I'm like, bro, I prayed prayers that I never, you know what I'm saying? Like in my life. So what happens is, I think the difference is, and maybe Maul and E can tell us, Carl, because we probably more on the same level, just these dudes with the crazy faith. But what happens is, how do I develop that same level of intensity in prayer on a regular Tuesday when everything's good and I got a fat bank account and the crib's, happy, my wife's happy and everything? How could I have that same level of intensity on the prayer as I did when Avery swallowed the quarter? Or when, Candace went into labor with Avery and things started going wrong. Bro, I promise you, I felt myself pray like me and God was one. I was just like, Lord, like I was like, bro, take everything out of me. But it's hard to recreate that when you're not in the storm. And I think most of us, like, we might pray daily or whatever. And then when something happens, we like, oh, okay, God, please, I mean it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that intensity that you have to operate in 24/7, I think that's hard for most of us. But then when we dig down and then somebody says, oh, this happened or this happened, somebody told you, to your point, okay, I told y'all we talked about my cousin, rest in peace. But like, man, he didn't start the real workout and the diet and the exercise stuff until after the first heart attack. You feel me? Then it's like, oh, okay, now I'm eating vegetables. I want to work out. I want to do all of this stuff. And I think it's human nature to, kind of wait and react instead of being proactive. And how can we develop that mindset where we stay focused like that all the time?
Yeah,
I think that's what you're saying, Carl, right?
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Carl, pull up that pic for me.
That's
exactly what you're saying. But watch this though, see? Some people don't get to it to the end. So Maul, here go my mindset, Maul. Now I'm already, I'm 1%, Maul. And this is this is one of the things I mean when I say 1%. But it's so crazy, Maul, that when I say 1%, everybody think I'm talking about money, Maul. It's crazy, bruh. So here's the deal. So when coronavirus hit and everybody was getting these texts about how they was gonna shut the grocery store down, Ma, you can't find no meat in the grocery store, Ma.
Yep.
You can't find no meat. Now listen to me. I'm not trying to be funny. Some people have a condition, Ma, and they still frying chicken wings. So I'm saying, like, yo, if you're gonna get chicken wings, you might wanna bake them joints. Or I heard about the air fryer. You might wanna put them jokers in there. You already have, a pre-medical, condition, bro. Like you are, whatever it is you got, diabetes, whatever it is. I'm going in, show them that picture again. I'm going in, hey, watch this. All of these, Ma, all these jokers is free, Ma. Ain't none of these, Ma, these jokers are in plentiful, Ma.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody scoop these. Ain't nobody buy these, Ma.
It's spoiling on the shelf, E.
I'm talking about spoiling on the shelf, Ma. Now, They do cost a little money. They do. The prep is a little different. Clean it, cut it.
Let me
but
tell
I
you
just
something.
roast mine.
I thought that was fake. You got them joints. I know you washed them because them
They
joints
washed.
shine.
You can see them. They're washed and
They
shine.
look like them plastic joints
I
that
washed
the
them.
kids get when they little.
Oh, no. I watch them joints. But I'm just saying, Ma, it goes back to the mindset. So as soon as we went coronavirus, I'm saying, okay, if it's a virus, it's just some stuff virus is going to be able to eat off of. It's some stuff virus is just going to be able to live off of a little bit better. So if you're getting sweets, virus going to be able to live off the sweet boy. You feel me? You frying chicken, the virus going to be able to find a little comfortable nest with the fried chicken boy. It is what it is. When I put these vegetables in, bruh, my system is going to be different. My movement is going to be different. These things are literally going to protect me again. So I'm just saying mindset, Ma.
But let me tell you, and let me say this, just for all of y'all who out there who might be like, oh, you could do all that and still get it. You right. What we're telling you is by trying to live a certain lifestyle, you make yourself less prone to it. It's just the odds. It's Vegas. You increasing the odds in your favor. It don't mean you're going to hit. It just means you have a better chance of hitting if you do this. And I think that's so crucial, man. And it's something that, hopefully we learn throughout the whole coronavirus, throughout this whole thing is how to prepare ourselves, right? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but, even when we got, this house, right? Like, I'm going to just be real. We got approved for 3 times as much house. And so, again, I ain't know Corona was coming. But I'm just saying, had I, stretched myself to the maximum and been bleeding out the ears trying to pay for, a $5 million house in Buckhead, I may be in a world of trouble right now. So you think about things, again, without being paranoid about things going wrong, but you try to set yourself up to have the best odds in your favor. Again, that don't make me perfect. It don't make Maul perfect. It doesn't make anything. But it's the same reason why I got serious about my workouts when Trey was born, because I was like, yo, okay, cool. It doesn't necessarily give me, it doesn't mean I won't have diabetes. Right. It doesn't mean I won't have a stroke. It don't mean I won't have a heart attack. But it does mean it increases my odds, the odds in my favor if I lose 100 doggone pounds. And that's what we're saying in this particular situation and in any particular situation. Can you enhance your life, your family's life to the point where you become as bulletproof as humanly possible against scenarios and situations like this? As we take a look at Maul's outside penthouse, you know what I'm saying? Right here.
So much, 1%.
But again,
Chicago.
But 1%. The thing about it is about doing it beforehand.
Right.
I got partners of mine that's like, hey Jay, man, we want to spend some time on the roof of our house. Man, you got anybody that can come build? I'm like, nobody coming out here in this climate building a roof. I'm just like, you do things before. The thing about it, man, you shouldn't be motivated because all of a sudden there's a virus around. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't let a virus motivate you to now start doing the things that you need to do in life. The stuff that you should have already done. It shouldn't. You should have been motivating yourself already. This should have already been done. The reason why nobody go build a boat when a storm hit, right? You don't go build a boat when a storm. You have this boat already so that when a storm comes or if a storm comes, you're already prepared to sell off into safety. In that same way.
Yeah, I want to finally play devil's advocate to CJ. Finally, right?
Well, come on with it.
Here's what's going on. See, I'm doing my homework because I'm from Chicago. I'm from the D, so I'm calling people.
Yeah.
I'm literally calling folks like, "What's up? What's happening, y'all?" And what I'm hearing, is we're in a storm, but I'm hearing cats go, "Yo, first of all, remember it was black folks couldn't get corona. First of all, I don't know where that came from, right? So I just want to show you the mindset though, see? We're in the midst of a pandemic and folklore or urban legend, whatever you want to call it, there are people walking around talking about black people can't get it. Now, again, I'm not sure where that came from because it's a virus. You feel me? Number two, I'm calling C and people are telling me, bruh, I'm just going to be real with you. We already, I'm hearing we already in the storm. Like that's the mindset, Maul. So it's almost like a defeated attitude. It's like, yo, we already don't got this. We already is this. We already this. Like we might as well, Maul, they people partying, Maul. The Mardi Gras still going on. You feel me? Like now in New Orleans, there was a case in, in a small part of Georgia, like Macon or some small town where they went to a funeral and found out it got spread from people going to two funerals and touching each other. So it's almost like, some people are not in the 1% club like we weren't at one point in our lives, but they're saying, I'm already 20 points down. You know that player C. You know that player C. You played with that player C, who we down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. It's only 3-4 minutes left. They go ahead and really check out. See, you know those dudes you played with that just took their cleats off? They just like, yo, it's over. And there's a group that I feel what C is saying, but before we get to that group, there's a group that's already in the storm feeling like we're in a storm anyway. We might as well, you know what I'm saying? We might as well go party. We might as well go spend time together. It's like, forget what the CDC is saying. In our world, we already, and so you're seeing, already living in small quarters, already living in small quarters, don't have a rooftop, already ain't got no real backyard you can do nothing in. It's small quarters, and now y'all playing cards. You seeing some of them, you saw them on YouTube, Instagram, they, doing their thing in groups together, and then you don't know you got it because you don't have the symptoms, and you pass it. So I want to challenge that group first and say, just because you're not where you want to be, it doesn't mean you're not going to be there one day. But if you have the mentality that not only am I not there, I told y'all, man, I don't want to keep telling the same stories, but I'm telling y'all, it takes heart. Listen to me. Wasn't nobody in my shoes. People could tease me, whatever. Bruh, it take a lot to graduate in 12 years, bruh. You got to be mentally tough, and I was at a university where I went every year, I went every year. I never backed down, I went to every graduation. I wasn't a dude that was like, I'm already knowing they're going to joke me. I'm already knowing they're going to ask me a series of questions. I'm still coming to the graduation. Why? Because one day I'm coming to the graduation. So I'm not running from it. I'm not running from it. I'm not running from my boys who finished in 3, who finished in 4, who graduated magna cum laude. So I'm not running from you, summa cum laude. I'm not running from you. I'm not running from the storm. I'm coming to the graduation every year, and I know you're going to quiz me, and I know there are going to be professors asking me, where are you in the process? Have you finished yet? What are you doing with your life? And I went every year, saying, 1 year going to be my year. Right. 1 year they ain't going to be questioning me. 1 year they ain't going to be laughing at me. 1 year going to be my year, and they going to call my name. But I never went, it's the 5th year, it can't be done. It's the 6th year, it can't be done. It's the 7th year, oh, woe is me. The 8th year, it's not possible. And I want to challenge those of you who are in a place of anxiety and worry and stress. And now you're saying to yourself, everybody else getting it. It's in my city. It's somebody I know. It's on my block. Woe is me. I'm telling you, go out with a fight. I went out with a fight. I went and got tutors. I went out with a fight. I humbled myself and went to the Learning Resource Center. I went out with a fight and ended up graduating. So for those of you with that defeated mindset, you've gotten to a place where you feel defeated and you like, yep, I'm listening to Maul. I'm seeing Maul career. Maul right. I should have done it 8 years ago and I didn't. And now woe is me. We're not telling you this to make you feel bad about yourself or to be disappointed in yourself. We're telling you this so you can rise. So you can get up and say, I've had the wrong mentality. I have not addressed this thing. Life, bump the coronavirus. I haven't approached life in the way I should have approached life. For me, I haven't approached it for my parents. I haven't approached it for my wife. I haven't approached it for my husband, for my kids. Like, yo, I haven't approached life in the way I was supposed to. And yep, everybody looking at me going, well, why you still stuck here? Why is everybody else blowing up and you still, what? And I don't want you to go, you know what, you're right. They are ahead of me. Maul's ahead of me. There's nothing I could do. C's ahead of me. There's nothing I could do. Carl's ahead of me. No, I'm working on getting a pool too, Maul, for my grandkids. I didn't have it for my kids. I didn't have it for myself, but I'm not going to go, well, I ain't have a pool for me. I ain't have one for my kids. No, I'm like, all right, you missed that opportunity. So now get it for your grandkids. You feel me? Now get it for somebody else's kids. So what, you didn't get it in your lifetime or your kid's lifetime? It's okay. And so a lot of you have just thrown in the towel. You just so defeated. You so destroyed. You just like, here again, I failed again. Here it is, the coronavirus. I messed up again. I done put my family in this situation again where we might be broke again. And I was told them I'd never be broke again, but I was living from paycheck to paycheck. I done got hit. Now, here, nope, don't throw your hands up. Throw your hands up. Don't throw your hands up to surrender. Throw your hands up to fight. Don't throw your hands up to quit. Don't throw your hands to give up. Throw your hands up to fight. Throw your hands up like, come on. I want to say this. Somebody gonna get out of this thing alive, Maul. Somebody gonna get out of this joker alive. Somebody gonna get out alive. You feel me? My bad, Carl.
No, you're good. You on fire. I'm my bad for cutting you off. I'm saying, watch this, E.
Hey, if you get me, I'm about to build a deck on top of the deck right now, dog. Come on.
Double decker.
Let's go.
The double decker.
Let's go.
Double decker.
So watch this, E. We talk about, everybody's heard the term survival of the fittest. Watch this, right? So the difference between a bacteria and a virus, watch this, listen closely. Now, I got a degree in biology. I got to use it every so often.
Come on, give me some.
Bacteria is generally bigger than a virus. That's one. All right, that's obvious. But the difference between one of the major differences between the two is a bacteria can actually replicate on its own. Listen closely. A bacteria can basically split off, and now you got 2. Split off, you got 4. Split off. A virus, E, survival of the fittest. What can we learn from the coronavirus? The virus is getting inside you and using your cells to replicate itself.
Wow.
That's how a virus works.
Wow.
So the virus is like, yo, we about to survive by any means necessary. So if you not gonna protect yourself, well, I'm about to use your whole doggone system to make sure that I survive. So that's what we could take from Corona for real. The virus is coming inside you. That's why it's an immune problem. Watch this.
Right.
Because your immune system is now compromised. Like your cells are replicating the virus. So now your cells like, yo, what's going? I can't tell who what. Your cells, your immune system functioning properly is supposed to identify any foreign thing and kick that joker up out of there. But now that it's creating this thing at such a fast rate on its own, the virus is like, I am about to take over this whole joint and I am going to survive. So if you not willing to fight, bro, it's still, we had our basic level.
But hey, that's why I say it right there. I said it probably a couple podcasts ago. Success is already in your DNA. How many other viruses try to come in and take over your body or your ancestors' body? But the thing about it is, every single virus that tried to attach itself, the Spanish flu, the Black Plague, slavery, all these other viruses that tried to come in, when your ancestors survived, now that code of that virus is now embedded in your DNA. And now you have become immune to that virus. And so now your ancestors made you a stronger being, made your DNA stronger. So now you can survive. The influenza was big back in the day. It was killing people. But because our ancestors survived it, because they fought, because they did not let succumb to whatever it was that got inside their body, they survived it. So now in your genes, in your DNA, in your blood, it's not even a thing. You could take a pill or some medicine and you straight. You know, so now it's your turn right now. It's your opportunity to advance the DNA, to survive and to advance the DNA that's inside of you. So that 100 years from now, when your grandkids or great-grandkids catch this coronavirus, it'll be nothing to them. They just gonna take a little medicine because your DNA already have fought against the virus that's inside of you.
Wow, unbelievable. Carl, can you put this pic up for me? And I'm gonna send it to you. I'll send it to you. But we just, insert it. But Ma, I called my grandma. Her birthday was Sunday. And I talked to her earlier in the week as well and wished her a happy birthday. But here's what I told her, Ma. I said, Grandma, I just want to congratulate you on making it for 90 years. Like, I don't know what you did, but you got to be intentional and deliberate to make it. You feel me? 90 years, Ma, and she still live on her own. She's still independent. Like, don't nobody live with her. She ain't got no nurse staying with her. You feel me? We had to take the car from her because she still wanted to drive around. You feel me? Still going to church regularly. Still she on every coaching call on Sundays. Like, I was like, yo, grandma, flat out, I just want to, as your grandson, I want to honor you and say thank you because you making me feel like 90 that's the benchmark. Wow. And if you walking around like that, going to church, doing your thing in your right mind, calling me, motivating me, my grandma's super positive. I know I got that from my grandma. I said, listen to me. Then what you telling me is that I have no reason not to plan for another 40 years and give out content and change the world for another 40. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me that we live to be 90. You feel me? We live to be in our 90s. So to your point, Ma, that's in my DNA. And so I want some of y'all to look at the strength of your people and go, man, I got a kid who has stage 4 cancer, Ma. They trying to cut his leg off, amputate his leg, some of his organs. At 24, Ma, kid got cancer, had it for a minute, in and out of the hospital. Guess what, Ma? They said 2 weeks ago he had the coronavirus. Because he going back and forth in the hospital, Ma. Ma, when you say a compromised immune system, Ma, let me tell you something. I prayed for him, kept calling, asked how he was doing. They said, oh, he good, he ain't got corona no more. And I said, what? He ain't got corona no more. He had stage 4 cancer. I was looking for him to get taken out day 1, Ma. Listen to what his testimony was, Ma. He said, my father, is not in our lives. It's my mom and my sister. I can't afford to die right now. I can't afford to die right now. I can't leave my mom behind. She's like, I can't leave my mom behind. I can't leave my sister behind. She ain't finished high school yet. Like, I can't, I love my mom. I love my sister. They need me. I can't, you're not hearing what I'm saying, Ma. I'm just saying, to C's point, once again, the probability of overcoming something when you fight it don't mean, like C said, you're going to win, but the probability, the chances are greater when you fight something of you winning or surviving than when you don't fight, when you give up, when you surrender and you quit. So I just want to talk to that group today, that group that's like, it ain't gonna never happen for me. Doggone, can somebody look it up? I don't want to lie, but I think Morgan Freeman was old. I mean, like he wasn't in his 20s or 30s.
Morgan Freeman been old since he was born.
From the time he was here, he was old. Yeah.
And you know why y'all say that, Ma? Because nobody knew Morgan Freeman till he didn't get on top till he was 40, 50. So he wasn't a young prodigy. He didn't start acting when he was 12.
He just looked 40.
No, I'm saying you think that because when you saw him, he was grown. Whereas when you saw Denzel as a young man. And so you didn't, I think Morgan Freeman might have been in his 40s before he got his first break. So we saw Morgan Freeman as an adult, and he's been an adult his whole character. You feel me? And so I'm telling y'all, some of y'all thinking, oh man, I ain't do it by 20, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't do it by 30, I ain't gonna do it. No, Kentucky Fried Chicken, I know my man was 60-something when he blew up. You feel me? And so I'm trying to tell you, do me a favor, to that group that gave up already, go put your gloves back on. Go put your shoes back on. Get back on the treadmill. I'm saying get back to whatever your dreams and goals are, even in the midst of this coronavirus. It's not too late, y'all. We can still make this thing happen. So that's that group C. I know you had another group.
Yeah, but hey, just to add on to that, E, You know, and one big thing why I'm a forward thinker is that because I understand that you're constantly in a fight in life. And no fighter gets into the ring without training. You know, it's not the fight itself. So you're in a fight now, but train not for this fight, but for the other fights that you're going to go through in life. You're constantly in a fight. That's what life is all about. So that's why you want to make sure that you're eating right. You know, that's why you want to make sure that you're working out. That's why you want to make sure that financially you're doing what you got to do. That's why you want to make sure with your family and your faith, because you're going to need these. You want to be in the best shape as possible. You want to be able to give yourself a helping hand when you do get in the ring and start that fight. So that's what it's all about. It's about giving yourself a helping hand.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all know they give, I don't know who said it or where it came from, but you know, every great basketball quote came from Michael Jordan. But I heard, where he talked about training, you know what I mean? Like every quote came from Mike.
No question. I don't know if he heard you. I don't know if she heard that.
Again, sorry, I was looking at the Ask ET questions.
No, see, I was saying I just remember this concept and I didn't know who said it. So I'm going to just say, every great quote came from Jordan. So we're going to say it was Jordan.
Of course.
But they got the 10-part documentary coming out soon.
Coming out in a couple of weeks. But, he talked about training harder in practice.
Oh, no, that was LeBron who said that.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. See, but training hard in practice, so by the time you get to the game, like it's easier in the game. So the game isn't the hard thing no more. So the actual life practice that you're doing should be harder than the game. So by the time you get in that situation, like we've been here before, boom, we just do what we do kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, back to my homie who gained 10 pounds and blamed the
Whoever your homie is, I tried to cut him some grace. I took him 30 minutes away, homie, and we got back to it. It's not my fault.
Donations, please, if you're out there. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, hey, I need you to virtually reach into the computer, because this is all for y'all entertainment and to keep y'all laughing during the corona. You know what I'm saying?
Cash app
but at
insurance.
the expense of our relationships. Okay, I'm back. So anyway, he had blamed the corona. He said, man, I gained 10 since corona. And I said, you gained 30 the weeks leading up to corona.
To corona.
And so, shout out to the other side, LaShawna and Tay, both killing the game right now. I'm gonna have to get them on the Zoom coming up. I can't wait to tell y'all about their progress, but they're doing a fantastic job. But anyway, I'm really not trying to dog my boy out. What I was saying, and this is even for myself, right? So I had never really when you drop, weight and you get in better shape than you ever been in, it's easy to be like, all right, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at Maul and yeah, that looked great, but I'm like, I'm good, right? Where I'm at. And the reason I would always ask myself, like, see, why can't you get over this hump? Like, why can't you take this thing to the next level? Like, just get it to like the point where you really, feeling, looking good, whatever. And I would always blame the fact that I always had to get on the plane. And I'm like, dog, sometimes I don't know what it is about flying, but you be hungry. Yeah. I be hungry on the plane. You get off the plane, it don't seem like a lot of healthy options, and I talked about it, you don't have home court advantage, right? And so the crazy thing is, like, when the corona hit, I was, the first few days, like we talked about, I'm doing my thing, I'm smashing snacks and the whole nine.
I mean, the first 10 days for me.
And I said to myself, right. But I said to myself is like, okay, your whole excuse for why you couldn't take it to the next level was the fact that you was on the road and that you wasn't at home and you didn't have access to all your type of food and you didn't have access to the kitchen and you had a hotel room and you couldn't cook like you wanted to, or the things that, your wife would usually prepare for the family. You don't have those, you on the road. So because you on the road, you gotta go to the sports bar, eat a cheeseburger, wings, and French fries. It is what it is. I'm on the road.
Yeah.
So now I'm sitting there telling myself, I sat there, I had an epiphany, and I said, yo, every excuse you had as to why you couldn't take it to the next level, God literally stripped all of them jokers, and now you have nothing but time and you're at home. Let me tell you something. I used to play myself and tell myself the reason I couldn't drink a gallon of water on the road is because I didn't want to get up on the plane and be peeing every 5 seconds. I didn't want to be in the middle of a conference and be speaking and have to doggone run to the bathroom every 5 seconds. I'm like, see, you ain't been not within 15 steps of a bathroom in a month, doggone it. What is your excuse? And so I looked at my boy who, again, had gained the 30 before Corona and now gained 10 in Corona. And my point was, yo, you can literally trick your mind into making excuses for you that don't exist. So everybody talking about gaining weight in the Corona, and I'm like, yo, you literally, like, and shout out to our frontline workers who don't have the, the advantage of staying home, and we got something coming for y'all, and we talked about it as a crew, and we about to do something. I'll tell you at the end of the podcast, because we want to make sure we bless it, because we've been fortunate. But my point is, I need you to go through and write a list of all the things that are at an advantage for you because of Corona, because of this lockdown, because of the isolation, because of not being able to watch sports on TV or, go play cards with all your friends. Write down all the advantages you have. Don't worry about the disadvantages. And I promise you, it's just a matter of tricking your brain. If you want to think about it in different terms, this can be the time where you learn more than you ever learned, where you learn how to do real estate, where you learn financial freedom, where you learn how to, take your family to the next level, where you learn another trade, where you learn. It can be all of those things, or it can be a time where you make every excuse and go, man, I can't go to work. I can't do this. I can't watch my favorite sports. I'm sitting around the crib with all of this food. And that's the reason. And I'm telling you, man, it's just about tricking your brain, because when I looked at it, I said, okay, so what? You don't have a gym. You got a street right in front of your house. You got bands in your house. You got jump. Doggone it. It's cats. I'm looking on YouTube. It's cats swole as all get out. And they like, I don't do nothing but sit-ups, push-ups, and everything I could do calisthenic-wise with my body. I ain't been to the gym in years, and look at me. And I'm like, wow, we got tricked into thinking, I can't go to LA Fitness now, so I might as well chalk it up. And I'm telling you, man, you got to develop that mindset. And here's the last point, and I'll be quiet. But the danger with my homie making the excuse because of Corona when he wasn't any further along without Corona is you give yourself a built-in reason not to achieve things. And that's not just Corona. That's with everything, doggone it. Like literally that can bleed over into you. Talked about muscle memory earlier, Maul, where your body knew how to, well, guess what? The opposite is also true. Your body understands how to make excuses. Your body understands how to quit. Your mind understands how to not accomplish goals. What you think happened every time you start a book and don't finish it? Every time you start a workout plan and don't finish it.
That's
that
a new
muscle
habit.
memory goes back that way too. And your body goes, oh, okay, we working out? Okay, bet for a week. But I know how to shut it down after a week. Okay, we eating healthy this week? Yep, I got you this week. But I know next week what we gonna do. We back on ice cream, pizza, and cake. Why? Because the muscle memory comes back. And so as I'm looking at Jamal, the crazy thing about it, and we talked about it last week, was Maul's muscle memory is so crazy because he just said, yo, when I finished playing football, I just kept working out. I was already used to working out. Why would I stop? And so now you're looking at him at 42 and he looking like Hercules because his body knows nothing different. And I'm telling you, a lot of y'all, your muscle memory is the other way. And you know how to go on a diet and then lose it. And you know how to start a book and not finish the book. You know how to start a workout plan. You know how to go on your favorite training module and stop. And some of y'all, like, why you think, with the New Year's resolution, boy, January 30th come, and you already over it. And so now is the season where you can discipline yourself even more and take yourself to the next level. And I promise y'all, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm incorporating things to my life where I felt like I didn't have the time before. Now I got the time, doggone it. Take every excuse out the book. And my goal during this time, however long we're in the hole, is to make it a habit, is to make it a routine, is to make it part of my daily life. So when I come back, I can keep whatever I work for.
Hey, E, I'm going to share this again real quick because check this out, E. I'm going to share this again. Watch this. I'm not a historian. I was on the BU calls this morning. They had me as the special guest. And what I was talking about was there was a time, listen to what I'm saying. There was a time when what we are experiencing right now was normal life.
Right.
Where you was growing your food, you was out
Absolutely.
fishing, where you was at home with your family. You get what I'm saying? So Maul, you talked about DNA, and as C was talking to hit me like, yo, this is in our DNA, doggone it.
Yeah, agricultural.
This is the food. Like it wasn't no Walmart. It was a time where you had to plant and eat. This is what you ate.
Absolutely.
So like it's also in your DNA. See, it's also in the memory of your lineage of being at home with your family, taking care of your family, grinding, not going to Walmart.
Not
you know
going
what I'm saying?
Chick-fil-A,
Not going.
Chipotle.
That didn't exist. So that's as it relates to food, but see, as it relates to your family together, like it was a family. Like it wasn't schools as we know it now. So again, I don't know when in history, but I know in history it wasn't always.
I can tell you.
Please.
I was talking to my mom this morning as I'm doing the book, Carl. You know, I told my mom we got to talk about Detroit because when I talk about this concept of breathe, I was like, yo, Ma, I didn't learn to rest because I grew up in Detroit. You feel me? And my mom was like, there was a time when, that people migrated from, let's say, Bama up to Detroit, to get work. And my mom was like, yo, when the plant happened, my mom was like, the plant put people who did not have a college degree. You did not have a college degree. You might have had a high school diploma or none at all. My mom was like, yo, you could get in the financial game. So they got all these plants now. So my mom was like, instead of what was important when we didn't have money, my mom was like, now you put yourself in a position where not only could you work, my mom said, Ma, when they first got an opportunity to work like that overtime, my mom said, was like a god. People was fighting to get overtime. My mom was like 40 hours a week. 40? She was like, people was working 56, 60 hours. People was trying to figure out when you was going to be sick or take off so they could get your overtime. Right. And my mom was like, they would pay because it was so new, they were paying extra for it. So my mom was like, Cass was trying to get it. She said, that ain't the bad part. She said, now, not only are you working overtime, so she said, now you can afford to have your kids and stuff that you couldn't have had your kids in before. So now you got 3 kids like she did. I got you in track. I got you at the Boys and Girls Club. I got your sister, in this. Your other sister is in that. So she was like, when we made money, the more money we had, the less time we had. And so I remember her saying specifically, I was like, yo, Ma, look, Ma, when you write these books, stuff come out. Ma, my mother and I was working together. When I was young, we had jobs together. You feel me? So my mom was teaching me that. I asked her, I was like, yo, Mom, what was my first job? She was like, you was 10 years old. And I was like, okay. She was like, you had a paper route, like 3 streets, our street and the 2 streets over. And she was like, because y'all never got to work, like we never got to work, the fact that you could work, we was geeked and putting you in positions where you could work. Why? Because she said you wanted extra stuff. So Carl, talking to my mom, I could see the time before there was a plant and people were able to make money in what they were doing. And then once the plant happened, here's what my mom said. She said we had a chance to get the American dream. But the American dream, Carl, really took them away from the American family. And so she said to me, the thing that she loved the most is we worked so hard when we would go like to Red Lobster somewhere and sit down and eat a plated meal, and she didn't have to cook. And so it was a situation where she was like, my old dude was like, you ain't never got to work. But my mom was like, she just didn't feel, because of the culture, Carl, she didn't feel good being a housewife. And she was like, yo, I had to go out there and get mine too. You feel me? And so you're right, Carl. There was no Chipotle. My grandma was cooking from scratch. We weren't going out to eat. She was making cakes from scratch. We weren't going to Sam's and buying no cake. My grandma was making them from scratch. So to your point, man, we've gotten so far away from the American, whatever we call the American dream. The coronavirus is giving us a chance to get back to what we said we was working for in the first place.
In the first place.
All the stuff we said we was working for, now we
You
get a
want more
chance to do it.
time.
Yep.
Love it.
That's deep.
All right, so check this out, man. We the team, we just been trying to figure out, how we could be a blessing. We consider this podcast to be, fam. Like y'all been rocking with us, man. We are, Carl, what episode we on? Any idea?
This is
230?
223.
223.
I was close.
So how many? So if you do that in weeks, how many years is that?
Whew. So 50. What's it?
Oh, get a calculator. We ain't gonna judge you. You know what I'm saying?
52 and 4 years, Carl.
Episode
233 divided by 52. Hold on. He usually quick with it with the math.
Yeah, about 4 years, about close to we in the 4 year mark.
Yep, 4.4, almost 4.5.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been doing this for 4.5 years, and man, y'all been supporting us. Lord knows, shout out to our sponsor this week, Organifi, the superfood green juice powder, Organifi.com. Y'all just been supporting us, man, and so we just as a team, myself, Maul, Carl, we were just like, man, we got to be able to do something for our frontline people who listen to us, man. I cannot tell you how many emails and texts we've been getting from people who work on the front lines, firefighters, police officers, work at the hospital. Shout out to my brother who's on the front line at the hospital. He's in maintenance at the hospital in Lansing, your sister.
In Detroit.
Yep, your brother.
Yeah.
Everybody I think
sister's
knows.
a nurse in Detroit.
Yeah, exactly. So
Hey, Tina, my brother's wife, straight up in Cali.
yeah,
Yep.
and so obviously all of us have people in our families and just as important in our extended families, and then you guys who are out there. And so we just got together and again tried to figure out what we can do. So what we're gonna do is, man, take a picture of you in your uniform or whatever it is. If you're at the hospital in your scrubs, or if you're a restaurant worker, if you work at the grocery store, doggone it, if you work at Publix, Kroger, Mariana, any essential worker, and you got to be out while we're shut in the house. Listen, take a picture of you in your uniform, hashtag it to us on S2S, hashtag S2S podcast, hashtag Whole14, right? Because that's Maul's mission that he already started and is already, going with that. But tag both of them, hashtag S2S podcast and hashtag Whole14. And each week, we're going to pick one person. We're going to highlight them. We're going to give you $1,000 in cash. And then also Maul is going to just send you his real estate course free of charge. And we'll feature you on our S2S podcast page on Instagram. It's at S2S podcast. And so it's $1,000 cash. And then, the course, which, hopefully a lot of you, have been checking out already. But for those of you on the front lines, you want to check that out, we're going to send you both. And so, again, I want to make this very clear. It's hashtag S2S podcast and hashtag Whole14 in the same post. We'll go find those posts, and then each week we're just gonna choose at random. Again, we appreciate everybody, but we're just gonna choose at random. The four of us to get together, write a little story with it, how you listening to the podcast, if it helped you, whatever. Just put that in the description and a picture of yourself. And then once we choose you, somebody on our team will reach out, collect your information. Man, we're gonna send you a check. And just make sure we can bless you. It's our small way on our podcast. It's a small way of just showing you guys how much, one, we appreciate you just listening to us for 4.5 years. For those of you who just got on, however you found us, man, we just appreciate it. And so we want to give back in our own special way. And if you say, hey, listen, I work at I'm a firefighter, and, we want to be able to, use the $1,000 for like a meal for everybody, at the department, or nurses at the hospital, whatever. Just let us know how we can be that blessing, man. And we're going to choose somebody every week. And like I said, we'll highlight them not only on the S2S podcast Instagram page, but also highlight you right here with a photo and just say, man, seriously, from the bottom of our heart, it's crazy, man. I'm like, I go to the grocery store, I got my mask on, you got gloves on, you got everything. And it's like, you try to get in and out in 20, 30 minutes, and you looking at my man, he working an 8-hour shift. You know what I'm saying? And you like, yo, I mean, without him, without her, this thing, would be really ugly. So yeah, just a big applause to y'all. And like I said, our small way of being able to do something for our listeners. So just make sure you hashtag Hove14 and hashtag S2S podcast. And we look forward to, by the time this comes out next Thursday, highlighting our first person. I know we talked about it last time, but just wanted to make sure that we really came with that and showed you guys the love you deserve and let you know in our small way that we care. And I encourage everybody else out there, you've been blessed during this time. You don't have to be out there and go to work, things of that nature. If whatever you can do in your small, you know what I'm saying? Like in your small way, I know I just cash out my barber out of nowhere. Like, yo, I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to BB, my dog, but I just, again, I feel bad. As you can see, me and Trey, we ain't had cuts in forever. And it's like, yo, just find out in your small way how you can still do something to keep things going. I don't care if you used to pay somebody $15 to line you up to, whatever. If you can, just try to be a blessing in this time. And so hopefully we're setting a decent example for that. Listen, we just appreciate everybody. So I'll get off of that, but we look forward to next time having y'all in. E, you want to take a couple questions or do y'all want to get off? I got till noon, so I got about 11 minutes, but I'll leave it up to y'all. You want to take a couple questions?
I think we should end it with our workers, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
We should end it with our workers, man. And,
give our workers a nugget of the day, man.
All right, hey, I want to shout out. I'm shocked to even be saying this, y'all. You're going to laugh when I say it, but Young Black is one of the front
for sure.
responders, man. Young Black out there in Detroit.
Yeah.
Young Black. So,
Hey, and I want to shout out my man, Eric, at the Cakewalk. Our BU family. Yeah. Oh, man, they just blessed me with, and my family, they sent a big package of cookies, sent some tomorrow too. We want to shout out them at the Cakewalk.
I don't want to do a comparison, Ma.
The cookie monster. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let me tell you something, bro. My wife won't let me leave out the house because of Corona. So, they sent the cookies.
So you haven't been able to get it?
Oh, I can't even get no more Mariano cookies, man. And so they sent them right on time. So
but shout out to them, man. And again, it's small gestures like that make people feel better during this time. You know what I mean?
It's they definitely made me feel better.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So listen, man, again, whatever you can do, man. Like I have noticed the thing about, we take something positive out right now. People seem to be more kind, even though you're in the grocery store and people giving you your space. I notice people trying to say hello. I notice people, being a little bit more friendly and compassionate, understanding. So let's just keep that going, man. And at least, the people this small community of people who listen to this podcast and, rock with us, man, we want to be a light. Y'all be a light. Continue listening.
Too, y'all, please.
Yeah. Be safe.
Y'all.
We're going to get through this, y'all. We're going to get through this. It is a crazy time, but listen, man, this is going to be over. We will get, back straight at some point. And don't stress, man. The stress, as we know, could kill you faster than Corona can. So keep your spirits lifted. You know what I mean?
Also,
keep everybody straight. Yep, go for it.
Yep. No, I was about to say also, this Sunday is Easter. Mm-hmm. So, everybody, man, let's take a page out of CJ or Candace's book. Let's still celebrate Easter.
Get dressed. Get dressed.
Yeah, get dressed up. Do something with the family. Still celebrate, man. Church is inside.
Hey, and before you get dressed, come by for Resurrection sermon.
Yeah.
All right, so we got you.
Yep, Saturday 11 o'clock.
I got you. I got a message for you. And especially those of you, your church may not be able to, they don't have the technology and you're not able to go.
Or your pastor may not be able to wax deep to an empty room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so make sure I got a message for you because you guys are on. I was going to give you the topic, but for those of you who feel like the coronavirus, COVID-19 has shattered your year, or broken your life, I got 6 tips on what you can do to restore it. I got 6 tips on what you can do to restore this year. So if you feel like this year is a bust and you're one of those people that's just like throwing your hands up, like my business, I had took out a loan, to do X, Y, and Z, and it's not gonna happen. I had just got my business going, and it's looking like we're gonna go bankrupt. Whatever it is, if you feel like you took the worst hit of your life and you just want to stay in the bed, you don't want to miss the message. I'm not gonna be one of those people that just tell you about the brokenness. I'm gonna give you 6 strategies to still make this the best year of your life. I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you 6 strategies to still make this the best year of your life. And the hint is resurrection.
Yeah, nice.
It's resurrection weekend.
Yes.
So I look to see y'all.
So Saturday, 11 a.m., that's Eastern
Let's
Standard
get it.
Time. We'll put the
get it,
link
see.
up everywhere. As you know, man, we've been having, 100,000 people a week. And so we started, I guess, a mega church online. And, we're getting 100,000 a week, man, to come check it out. So that message last week was incredible. And I think Ma must have texted me like 5 times, like, dog, I cannot believe the room is empty. And Jamie took the camera and showed from behind. Oh man, bro, I got caught up thinking there was literally a whole crowd. He talking about, come on, somebody. I'm like, we at the crib. We with you, bro. Trust me. And so,
he looked at the camera one time.
He
looked at the camera one time, and he was looking at the audience. He was like, "You gotta get this." He was just, and I was sitting there. I was like, I'm getting it, man. I'm getting it. I mean, he was talking, bruh.
And shout out to Carl on the piano over there, just keeping the buck.
Carl on the keys.
Oh, Carl.
I didn't even know you played the musical instruments, bro.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
I gotta keep a couple of things in the bag for you, Maul. I can't bring it all out at once.
Can't give them all.
Oh, bro, I'm learning new stuff.
Wait, you didn't know Carl played?
I promise you, I didn't know, bro. I didn't know.
You know,
Carl do a little bit of everything.
Every time
though.
you came to church, he was playing guitar.
Right, but I saw him over there doing the camera, doing the technical stuff.
Absolutely.
Beautiful thing,
Hey, we practice hard, so it's time to play the game now.
Yeah, no, and shout out to Jamie too, man, for
Jamie brought it.
bringing the songs to us. It was set the mood right. So again, man, a place of change. Man, we built this church with you in mind. So yeah, come on over after you listen to the podcast. Hopefully Thursday, Friday. Come on over to church with us on Saturday, 11 o'clock. The link will be up everywhere, Facebook, Instagram. And
Hey, see, for those of you who can, I know everybody can't, but if you got some juice, preferably grape juice, you got some crackers at the crib, grab that. We're gonna do a small little communion for the community.
okay, yep, I got you. Yep, I got you. We definitely got crackers. I need to check on the grape juice. But hey, for those of us who believe, can we use wine?
Whatever you, and you at your house.
If you don't have no grape juice.
Do whatever you want to do.
Finally.
Refine the grape juice.
Maul said a couple weeks ago, President might be over the United States of America, but I'm over my doggone home. Hey, Maul, as long as they show up and we can renew and revive.
Come as you are.
Hey, Ma, I know you got a bottle of Pinot Noir laying around, Ma.
Oh, I'm going to the wine cellar. I'm about to tell my wife, E.T. said.
We got to drink wine this morning.
DJ said.
So grape juice for all of y'all non-believers. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Well, that's it. Eat one quick nugget of the day for our frontline workers, man.
Man, I just want to just say thank you. You know, you made a vow that when others are going out, you going in.
Yep.
You know, and we saw in 9/11 people jumping out buildings. You know, we saw people trying to escape through the door, through the brick and through the smoke. And while they were running out to save their lives, you were running in to save their lives. And here we are right back at that same, spirit. We right back at that same courage and strength. And so we thank you while everybody's trying to stay out the hospital. Everybody's trying to stay out of the streets. You are still going in. And I want to add a group. I see you. Airline stewardess, I see you. All right, pilots, I see you. I read an article the other day about you guys. And you're on the front line too, flying these nurses back and forth flying people back and forth to see their loved ones, in this crazy time. And so we thank you from the bottom of our heart.
Amen.
While we're staying shut in, you guys are boldly, daily going out with the American spirit, doing what you can to save as many as you can so that 100,000, 200,000 data we got from the CDC saying that perhaps 200,000 might die. You guys are making sure that number is way lower than that. And so thank you so much.
I know I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I want to make sure that we're not leaving anybody out. You know who I thought about the other day? I saw them getting off the thing, coming to get the trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, all of that is essential, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got the sanitation, trash workers. Again, my brother is in environmental services at the hospital. You know what I mean? I talked to him yesterday. He said his job is to go up to the floor where all the COVID-19 patients are and get all the masks, the masks from the nurses, because they sanitize them at the end every day. He's got to tie up the trash bag from that and take them to somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So just think about not only, again, grateful for the nurses, the doctors, the pilot, everybody, but there are people who aren't necessarily, as talked about, who are doing things that literally are making sure that we can function as a society. And that's so near and dear to my heart, not only because it's my brother, but like I said, when I looked out yesterday and I saw, the guys on the back of the trash thing, picking up people trash, you know what I mean? And making sure the trash, like imagine if they just said, we ain't picking up trash no more. Like, bruh, that's a huge problem. You know what I'm saying? It created a whole nother set of problems. So again, every single person, and that's why we're doing this give back and just trying to, in our own small way, trust me, we know we're not saving the world. We don't think we're above anybody, but we have been blessed, and this is our way to bless you guys back for rocking with us. Man, before we get emotional, you know what I'm saying? We try to be we try to be a light for y'all. Hopefully y'all get some laughs and some relief from, CNN and just the crazy stuff that's going on. I know we have a friend who we found out last night has caught corona. I don't know, Maul, if you want to say his name, but just prayers up for him, and his family. Again, this is tough times for everybody. And I think now, like E said, it's not even 6 degrees of separation now. It's hitting people that we know, family members, friends. And man, we just want to make sure that we continue to pray for them and look out for them and salute them. Everybody stay safe, man. We're going to do what we can do. We're going to be back here next Thursday, ready to rock. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.